Hello, everyone. My name is Renee Funk. I'm the co-founder of the Funk Collection in Orlando, Florida, and I am incredibly honored and excited to be sharing a conversation today while we talk about how to focus on community in a way that will boost your business and serving local organizations. We are here today with Abby Waltz, the National Director of Homes for Heroes, as well as Jim McKinnies from McKinnies Realty. And we're going to be talking about an amazing topic. There's so much to talk about today. Thank you both very much for joining us. And Jim, first, thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you for thanking me. I'm just grateful to be able to serve and have served.
We very much appreciate it. So for those who may not have heard yet about Homes for Heroes, Abby, would you share with us a little about the Homes for Heroes program?
Yeah, of course. First, thanks for having me, Renee. Happy to be here. Homes for Heroes is a program that teams up with purpose-driven real estate agents and lenders all over the country who are motivated to give back to the heroes within their community. And in turn, we help coach and train them up into speaking the hero language, if you will, really getting ingrained in that hero community and giving back to them while yet growing their business at the same time. So they become our little go-to hero specialists, and they power our circle of giving back to heroes all over the country.
I love that you're talking about the heroes. Can you share with us, I think you had mentioned there are 5 hero groups. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yes, there are. So we primarily focus on military, of course, active veterans and reserves. And then our other hero groups are law enforcement, firefighters, teachers, and healthcare professionals too, which in COVID day and age, they are truly our heroes on the front line for sure. But we've been serving them since 2002. So it's been quite some time with those 5 hero groups for us.
I love that you chose all of those 5. We all know that each of those 5 entities need as much love and support as we can give. And I'm going to say right now, without further ado, Jim, share a little of your story and talk about your affiliation with Homes for Heroes.
Well, my connection with Homes for Heroes happened, the story is something that really transformed my philosophy on business and what I do for a living. My dad had a massive heart attack on a golf course and literally just collapsed right on the golf course, and his heart stopped beating. He was not breathing, and they ran up to the clubhouse, and in the clubhouse was an off-duty firefighter. Coincidentally, he was a client of ours, and they jumped him on. He brought an AED machine with him down to the hole, which my dad was collapsed, not breathing, unresponsive, and he resuscitated him and brought him back and began to breathe. And then the nurses, the doctors, everyone that was part of that rushed him out. He received just excellent treatment, and it was on the front page of the newspaper. The firefighter received the Lifesaver Award. He was honored at within our city, and it was a miracle that my dad was even alive, because his oxygen was cut off to his brain. So there was a lot of different things there that was just medically just really just amazing, the care, and then the first responder. So after that, we were thinking of a way, how can we honor this firefighter? How can we give back or do something in appreciation for this firefighter? And literally just like a few weeks later, I got this email about this program called Homes for Heroes. And I was like, what is this? What is this program? And then I started to research it, and I was like, this is a client of ours that if I would honor them through the program, this would be a way for me as a real estate agent to be able to connect a purpose to appreciation and what they do every day. And for me, I was just really looking for a way to express my gratitude because my dad's alive. Like I'm with my dad, and like he would not be alive if it wasn't for an off-duty firefighter that resuscitated him, and the care of nurses and everyone that was there, the first responders. So that's kind of my story of how I got connected. I heard about the Homes for Heroes, and I knew it instantly that this is something that I have to do. I was contemplating getting out of real estate and selling AEDs. I was gonna sell AEDs because it's what saved my dad's life. Like that, like, and I was like, why are AEDs in all of the different schools? And also I was said I could really get behind this and I would be passionate about that. But we were one of the top real estate teams in our area. We were already pretty successful in our area. And I was looking at it not from a business standpoint, but from a purpose standpoint. And something just fused together, and my business became my purpose. And then the rest is history after that.
You've both mentioned purpose. And in fact, in our pre call, the word purpose was arising many times. We heard you both talk about profitability and purpose and connection to purpose. So let's dive into that. How can we elevate our business and have a servant leadership heart at the core with focus on a purpose? Jim, you want to touch on that?
Well, I mean, I think it has to be larger than just what we do. It has to be why we do what we do. And I think that if we're driven by a purpose on serving and actually fulfilling that, then that pushes the way that we express that is just through real estate. It's just what I do. Real estate's what I do, but who I am is someone that wants to show honor and appreciation for those that serve, and that's not just firefighters and police officers. That's anyone that we're serving. We are bringing that because that purpose is what drives us. Then that purpose elevates our service. That purpose elevates our excellence. That purpose elevates everything we do because of that driving force behind it. Because it's not about what we do; it's why we're doing what we're doing. And I think that if anyone can connect to a purpose, and instead of orbiting around a job or responsibility, will orbit around purpose, then it will transform your business. It'll transform your life. And all those that get connected to that purpose too. It's just a really, really great thing if you can just marry those two things together.
Abby, thoughts?
Jim took the words right out of my mouth. I've got goosebumps after listening to him. But yeah, I think purpose resonates with us so deeply because once you can find that why, it's kind of your center, it's your driving force for your actions, what it is that you do. And once you've taken the time to find your own individual purpose, whether it's heroes for us, right? I'm a little biased for that, but it could be shelter animals, it could be cancer research, it could be children like you do, Renee, anything that resonates deeply within you. Once you've found that, you start to speak in a different language and you start to communicate and convey passion. And that's really what ends up pulling in consumers, whether it's your target purpose audience or naturally other consumers out there that resonate with why you're doing what you're doing. It pulls them in and brings in more business. So it's kind of a purpose, passion, and then the profits just come because of that. So if you can really hone in on your purpose, it's cause marketing at a key, right? Cause marketing makes you 89% more effective at bringing in business. There's a reason why people do it, or why Snickers has their little foundation there on the wrapper. It pulls you into it. So I think that's really important, and why Jim and I both talk about purpose so much, because we know how impactful it can be to you personally and then also to your business.
I think it's really interesting that we're discussing the impactful nature that our purpose driven giving back to the community can be. I've often heard others say, well, if you give back, perhaps you should consider doing so privately. Right? And if you do, that's perfectly okay. But I've heard people say, well, if you are giving back and you talk about it outwardly, is that then self-serving? If you talk about your purpose, what are your thoughts on how that then can become a cascading effect throughout our community, Jim, as you share your story and share the purpose of your realty team and office?
Well, generosity is contagious, and I think that when you are living, there's many things that are done privately, and I think that there's areas and there's places for that to be done privately, and we do things privately. But there's some things that we want to express why we're doing what we're doing. We want to express that in a way that not only impacts that hero family, but when we work with a hero family and we're saying we're honoring this police officer family, we're talking about the general population of law enforcement. So what we're doing is we're presenting a story of an individual family, but our heart is for, we want everyone to know how we feel. And the reason, I'm not just saying it, I'm showing it. I'm showing you what we're doing. And I think that sometimes someone can look at that and say, well, why don't you do that privately? Because I have so much gratitude that I want everybody to know. I want everyone to know what we think about law enforcement and veterans and police officers and what we're doing. And what happens is it spills over to our team, it spills over to our community, it spills over to all of these other people that are watching and saying, I want to be part of this. And if we did everything privately, then the only people that are impacted are us and the recipient. But there's so much to say about the contagious just elements of gratitude and appreciation that really lift everybody.
Well, we're here today to talk about focusing on community and how it boosts your business, Jim. So would you share in the evolution of your time as you've been supporting the the Homes for Hero initiative, how has that evolved your business? And talk to us a little bit about that change in scale.
Yeah, well, what we did was we started off, we were a small team at a brokerage, and we began just serving heroes. And then it got to a point where we couldn't be the only ones that were fulfilling that purpose. So we had to bring on other people that would align to the purpose of serving and not selling. So our motto is serving, not selling. Selling's a byproduct of serving. So we are connecting around that purpose, and then we've grown our team, and then we recently opened our own company, and we have multiple locations now, multiple agents, and we've grown 10 times in our business, and we're continuing to grow and expand. It's not because of us, it's because we're underserving our community in the gratitude that we have. So I look at it as like we're going to grow, and we're going to grow even more just because we want to show our appreciation, and there's people that are coming into our orbit that want to orbit around that purpose, and that has how we scaled and grown. So it's been strategic in the sense that we're underserving, but organic in the sense of we are being connected to the right people that are going to be serving, not selling. And that's the key. You gotta get connected with that philosophy that serve first, and then the selling and the closings, everything is a byproduct of us fulfilling purpose.
Serve, not sell. I love that. Abby, would you share with us what are some common misconceptions about the Homes for Heroes program?
Oh gosh. I mean, there's a few to choose from. From a consumer standpoint, they think we're either a loan product, right? Which we are absolutely not. Or they think we build homes for heroes. From an agent perspective, sometimes we get um, people just not understanding the level of service and support that we give to our people. Our main mission here at Homes for Heroes is to thank every hero, and we use that philosophy to drive, again, our actions, what we do for our hero community, the partnerships that we have on a nationwide scale, and then also what we do for our people, a part of it. And again, I go back, you can do this on any level that you want, but we want to make sure that we serve and support our agents and our lenders that are part of our team in order for us to fulfill our mission. And that includes all those, the marketing materials. We do coaching and training multiple times on a weekly basis. We get to interview top affiliates like Jim every single week, and they share their own success strategies. I think when you couple and have this purpose-driven sales not or service not sales mindset, right? It begins to build a tribe and a community that thinks a little bit differently. Our team isn't cutthroat. We share openly. Jim's here sharing openly with everybody. And that's just a part of the people that we kind of attract. And we really want to embrace that here at Homes for Heroes and have that team mentality, because at the end of the day, for us, for our target audience, which is our heroes, they really resonate and relate with that. So
Where would you say, Jim, if an agent says, how do I get started? I would like to get started in giving back to my community and starting to implement that within my tribe of fellow real estate agents. Where do I start?
Well, I would direct them back to their individual story. So they're first going to say, okay, where is their passion at? Well, if it's like, let's say it's a retired teacher, you're like, I just really feel passionate about teaching, or I really feel passionate. So whatever that is, for me, it was the experience with my father. But every real estate agent out there has a personal experience that says, look, I really feel passionate about teachers or veterans or something along those lines. Then I would reach out to Homes for Heroes, and I would connect with a organization that would give you the tools to facilitate the purpose. To me, that's where there's a disconnect a little bit, because you could say, okay, well, I have this, I want to do this. Now, what do I do? How do I do this? And I think that is something that I thought that was just really great. That when I connected with Homes for Heroes was, I know what I want to do. I just don't know really what does that look like. And then when I connected, I said, wow, this is great. But then there's this creativity on how you can express it through the program. So you have this individual that can express it. We do a lot of different things within our community. So the first thing is you got to find your passion, that deep thing within you that's not about selling. It's about something in your gut that says, this is what I'm passionate about, and pursue that. And how can I connect this to what I do? And then I'm connecting what I do to a purpose. And if you do that, you're going to do great things.
You had mentioned, Jim, that you're doing a lot in your community, and you did share in our call yesterday a few of those things. Can we ask you to share at least one of them now?
Yeah, well, we do. We do so many different things. One of the things that we do, we sponsor and we go in and we honor individuals within our community that go above and beyond. So the award's called the Hero Award. And what we do is we partner, we surprise them in their place of employment. So this last week we did a couple weeks ago, it was we wanted to honor social workers, because of healthcare. We believe social workers are a very big component of healthcare. And we know through COVID, there was a lot of healthcare, mental health. So we went in and we honored social workers with the Hero Award, different ones in the family. Our news covers it. They share stories about what they do, and we give them a plaque, we give them a gift card, we give them a lot of different things to honor them. But really what we're doing is we're shining a light on people that would never raise their hand saying they're a hero, but deserve our appreciation. And what it does is it rallies our community around a group of individuals that undoubtedly deserve our recognition and appreciation. So that's one thing. But we do that across the board with different hero groups. We're doing a nurses retreat. And we're going to honor nurses. So we're going to have one special nurse that they've submitted that's going to receive the award. But all of the nurses there are going to feel that appreciation and love, because we're highlighting one story that's just a representation of a larger group of individuals and what they do. And that's what we try to do. We try to find stories, and we want to highlight and shine the light on them. Most real estate agents, I've always been trained when we first started, shine the light on you, and then therefore they come to you. We turn that, or we flip that and say, no, my job is to hold the light for you. And I want to shine it on those that deserve appreciation. And that is what our whole focus and our mission is. And I really think that's our purpose.
Hold the light for you. Oh my goodness. Did anybody else just get goosebumps again? Jim, you are amazing. Abby, what would be something, when we're talking about Homes for Heroes, something that you'd really like to share that agents should be aware of when they're considering partnering and becoming more involved?
Not to overuse the term, but again, it goes back to your purpose. If you feel compelled to give back and to honor your heroes of your local community, I think Homes for Heroes is your best bet at that, just because we've got 2 decades worth of experience and knowledge and data collection and all that kind of stuff that our marketing team does behind the scenes. And we've had a couple decades to build out what we need to have, and also to form those relationships and that trust with the hero community. But on the flip side of that too, I think again, you're so driven. Once you can get to that purpose, it helps you overcome the challenges that our jobs face us with day in and day out. Jim talked about his fork in the road earlier, where he wasn't sure if he wanted to stay in the real estate industry. And then once you can connect to something beyond what you do for a profession and what you do for a living, it fuels your fire. It propels you through obstacles, and it makes you feel as if you're a part of something bigger. So, and it also can fuel your actions and what it is that you do. We talk about using that service mindset as a filter. It's going to tell you what to say yes to, but it's also going to tell you what to say no to. And I think using that as a filter helps you deliver a consistent message, consistently be present in what you're passionate about and what's driving you, and can really help you hone in on that specialization that we're all looking to do, to help us go forward and grow our business while still leaving a legacy and a positive impact that we can be proud of too.
It's really important that we're sharing this conversation to hold the light for Homes for Heroes. And I also love that we're coming together to talk about whether your passion is to help children, your passion is to help any group or organization or one human in the community. It's getting in touch with that and moving forward with it. And I love that reminder. I love that we're coming together today, because it's kind of hard to have a bad day when you're in a servant leadership mindset to help others, right? And when we are having a bad day, it's a really good reminder to reset and say, how can I go out there and help others? Jim, you are an incredible example of that. And we're so incredibly grateful that you're sharing your story. Would love to hear from you. What's one additional thing that you'd like to share today? Some extra nuggets, Jim?
No, I just think that it's just extremely, when you get tied into a purpose and what we do, as realtors, lenders, everything, it's such, what we're doing is important. And but you have to tie it through just the transaction. It has to be people, it has to be about purpose, it has to be deeper than that. And I think everybody individually will have that in them, but you have to have a way to connect that to what we're doing, and everything will rise if that is found. And to me, it's all about purpose, and the byproduct of that, you will see growth in your life, you'll see growth in your business, and you'll be attracted to other people that are doing the same things. And that's just get tied to purpose. That's the number one thing. And if you do that, everything else will be great. And Homes for Heroes is just a way. You got to think of a way. How can I express it? You might feel that, but then you have to go to the next step. Okay, I feel that. Now, how do I express it? And that is where a lot of people have that disconnect. You have to have a way to express it. Homes for Heroes is a way. If any of those categories of heroes, you're like, that's who I relate, that I need to do something, then Homes for Heroes is a way for you to express that, which I think that's very important.
Love it. I love it. Abby, what say you?
Oh gosh. Um, I think what we do in the real estate industry, and I was an agent before I came to Homes for Heroes about 11 years ago. It's so important to the community. We're literally bringing in community members by helping people purchase and even exit the community that we have. So we're literally, as agents, building the community and the community members around us. And I think that's so incredibly important. But we also sometimes lose sight of the impact that we as agents and as broker owners can have on the community. And that's where this purpose really ties in. You can, like Jim said, go beyond the transaction, go beyond what it is that you do as a profession, and make a positive impact. And once you've found that, oh my gosh, keep that front and center. Renee, like you alluded to earlier, it can feel like a humble brag when you're sharing that with the world, but it is truly inspiring others to come into that that circle of giving, as we call it at Homes for Heroes, with you, and it helps you make a bigger impact than you could as an individual in whatever cause you're rallying behind. Keep it front and center. Make sure that you're never losing sight of the positive impact that you're making. And as Jim has become a really good storyteller, sharing your own why, but also shining the spotlight and sharing the stories of those that really resonate with your purpose.
We see behind you that it says, "We rise by lifting others," Miss Abby. I would say that you are certainly doing that. And Jim, oh my goodness, you're incredible. I agree with Abby. Great storyteller. Love seeing what you're doing. And one thing you said that stood out to me is orbit around the purpose. If we just go with one nugget today, may we all go in orbit
Yeah.
around a purpose, right?
Yes. Yes.
You both are amazing. We're very grateful that you shared time with us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Renee.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.